Instant match reaction. Jesus Christ. Did anyone actually watch the entirety of that game? Chelsea 4, Everton 0 at Stamford Bridge. Utterly embarrassing, utterly humiliating. Just dreadful, wasn't it, really, from start to finish. Everton never come out at all for that game of football. Never fancied it, never looked interested from the first minute. The passing was shocking. Nobody seemed to pass a ball. Sidibe couldn't pass a ball 5 yards. Tom Davies couldn't pass a ball 5 yards. Same with Gylfi Sigurdsson. We weren't controlling the ball in the midfield. The midfield was atrocious once again. Obviously, we concede 2 goals in the first half. We go into half-time and you sort of got a little bit of hope that we'll come out and we'll improve in the second half, as we've done, many times under Carlo Ancelotti so far, but we didn't. We come out in the second half and it was exactly the same. Such, still lackadaisical. Nobody really looked interested. Luca Dean looked like he'd rather have been at home than at the game. As did everybody else. Dominic Calvert-Lewin had a good chance in the first half to make it 2-1 just before half-time. He attempts to chip it and doesn't get it on target again. We've said multiple times how Dom needs to work on his sort of ability one-on-one in front of goalkeeper, but that was pretty much the only opportunity we had really for the entirety of the game. Ancelotti made a couple of substitutions in the second half. Anthony Gordon come on, Moise Kean come on, but it was just utterly embarrassing and utterly shocking. Once again, I'm not even fuming. I'm just... It's just like how we can go out and put a performance in against Arsenal, which was so positive and in a game that we really didn't deserve to lose, and you can take a lot of positives out of. A performance against Manchester United last week where we should have won. We won fairly, but it was taken away from us. In the second half, we were a lot better, despite the fact that we had a poor first half. And then today, where I literally just can't take any positives whatsoever out of that performance. It was dreadful. Pickford letting 2-3 goals in at his near post again. A lot of people will probably say Pickford had an alright game today. He was commanding his area a little bit. He was coming out. He was collecting the ball. But for me, you just can't be beaten at your near post. And I tweeted it out and somebody said, he's just a little bit too small. But if he's a little bit too small, then he's not good enough, is it? Because that can't be an excuse. You can't be a little bit too small, and that's the reason as to why he's not saving opportunities at his near post. You can't be conceding 3 easy chances like that at your near post. You just can't. But yeah, we were just shocking, really, weren't we? We were just absolutely dreadful. Again, I think Carlo Ancelotti has pretty much found out there that there's a lot of players in that team that just simply aren't good enough going forward. And, he's saying in his pre-game press conferences, and he's been saying multiple times that, he looks to be, the aims are for us to be challenging and finishing in the Champions League as early as next year, and that's what the club want to achieve. And I think it's become quite clear to Carlo Ancelotti that there's a handful of players there, the likes of Jabril Sidibe, the likes of Gylfi Sigurdsson, the likes of Tom Davies, potentially the likes of Theo Walcott, Michael Keane, even Jordan Pickford, that just simply aren't good enough to play in a Champions League side. And I said it a couple of days ago, if we're wanting to be seen as a team challenging for even European football, that's one thing I'd say after today. Knock the European football off the head, because it's not happening. It's simply not happening. We played against a side that had a 16-year-old boy in midfield and a player that played for Everton previously. And every time he's played against Everton since joining Chelsea, if you go in hard on him in the first 10 minutes, he shits himself and he doesn't want no part of it. We didn't challenge Ross Barkley once in that game. We didn't put a strong foot in. We didn't let him know he was there. We didn't get in his face. Because if you do that to him, he absolutely shits himself and he doesn't want any part of the game. We didn't do it, and we let him control the game, and he was their man of the match by a country mile. I think he assisted 2 or 3 of the 4 goals. But again, it's become quite clear to Carlo Ancelotti, for me, like I said, there hasn't been many a performance like that under Ancelotti this season, but that one should have showed him that there's a plethora of players in that squad that simply aren't good enough, and there's 6 or 7 players that we've seen in an Everton shirt today that simply shouldn't be at this football club, or definitely shouldn't be starting week in, week out at this football club if we're looking to our aspirations to be finishing in top 7, because we can kiss European football goodbye now. It's not happening. We can't be going away to the top 6 sides and losing every game. If we're going to be seen as even a Europa League challenger, in this league, you've got the likes of Wolves who will go away to a Tottenham, an Arsenal, a Chelsea and get points. Every time we go to Chelsea away, Tottenham away, Arsenal away, Liverpool away, United away, we don't pick anything up ever. We may pick 4 points up, if that, out of all of those games, or not even 4 points, probably a point, because we don't win away at grounds like that. And if we simply can't win, then we're not going to be in a position to be fighting for the Champions League or in the Champions League. And for me, a lot of that is down to the poor personnel and the fact that the players simply just aren't good enough. I think that's our worst performance all season. Probably controversial. You know, a lot of people will probably say the Liverpool performance just before Marco Silva was sacked, but I honestly believe that was our worst performance all season. I think we were dreadful from start to finish. We didn't look interested. Like I said, we only really had that one opportunity with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and that was it. Richarlison didn't really get involved, but to be fair, you can't really have a go. I'm not going to sit here and have a go at Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm not going to sit here and have a go at Carlo Ancelotti, because there's a plethora of players there that simply aren't pulling the weight and just aren't good enough. And yeah, like I said, I'm not fuming. I'm just for me, it's clear now. It's really, really clear. You know, the players Carlo Ancelotti needs to get rid of, and the positions that we need to strengthen in the summer. And I guess it's just about boxing this season off, getting the rest of the games out the way, and then, you know, obviously going into the summer and seeing what business we can do. But I honestly think if we're going to be challenging for that Champions League, and again, I'm only going off what Carlo Ancelotti's saying. He is saying that he hopes that we finish in the Champions League next season. Then we need 6 or 7 players in the summer, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, because that squad today simply isn't good enough whatsoever, and they've shown it again. A gutless, embarrassing, humiliating performance that I think after the 15th minute, 20th minute, 25th minute, I think most Evertonians will have clicked off. And to be honest, I've just sat in the pub for the last half an hour, basically looking at what people are eating and trying to decide what I want for me tea, because we were just absolutely dreadful, weren't we, all game? But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Next up, Liverpool at Goodison Park. Not looking forward to that one, but there you go. Let me know your thoughts. Dreadful by Everton today. But yeah, we have to move forward, I suppose. Cheers for watching.